Nearly there. Racing. Out in a very even bunch here. Alex Rumble on the inside in S direction now. Going up to those is Southern Affair on the outside. Right behind those then to Coldrum and Colby-Den. Dropping to the back is Nicky McBell and another Ranger. Homeward bound here. Alex Rumble in the centre. Up in the inside. S direction. Alex Rumble from the back. Ultra Action. And then came Southern Affair. Next was Coldrum. Alongside of that to Colby-Den, back behind those to Nicky McBell, and another Ranger is last to go by. He's been rolled, Southern Affair. S direction, poked up on the inside of Alex Rumble. The 1-2 had them early. It was a great start. And the 5 worked to the front on the outside of Alex Rumble. Timely reminder 1. Racing. He missed a timely reminder, so too did Tilt. One of the best out is Opuwa, straight to the top's probably game over. Fair Cruising next, and tumble out the back went Rapaki Kath. Running up at the outside is Timely reminder to third. They've gapped the rest, headed by Tilt. Opawa lead bolts in. Timely reminder. Photo third, Fair Cruising or Tilt. Back behind those, and there's a big gap to KT8 at Homebush Spike. They were never in the race. Neither was Business Boss. And crashing halfway round the bend was Rapaki Kath. But she did get up and went on to finish the race. Good win here. Out like a rocket, straight to the top, and that was the end of that. Inside 2. Set racing. Out very well was Ginger Squeak. Hit the front early up to challenge Opawa. Faith goes beside it. In behind those to Slyness on the inside. A couple go wide on the bend. Rich Action went very wide. And back to last now went Rookie Racer. He also went wide, and up ahead of those is Octagon's Ghost. They run down the back. It is Ginger Squeak. About 2 lengths in front. Chasing it hard is Opawa. Faith. They're about 4 lengths clear. Off the rest are headed by Slyness and Freckle Flyer. Homeward bound in Ginger Squeak bolts in. Home second, Opawa Faith. Slyness is third. Fourth over, Rich Action. Got up to grab Freckle Flyer. Back behind those 2, Octagon's Ghost. And the last 2 are going to be a Rookie Racer and Opawa Janet beside it. Absolutely no worries at all. Ginger Squeak got a bit of a tickle up early by Opawa Faith, who went out with it, but couldn't match the speed round the first corner. And chasing was the job of Opawa Faith after that. Chasing a shadow as Ginger Squeak bolts it. Around the turn comes Roger. We're racing. Feel the way he's out very cleanly. Opawa O'Grady goes straight to the top over Opawa Minstrel. Coming forward is Heritage Watch on the outside. Spearing underneath at Opawa Rob. Back behind Opawa Rob then to Glory Hog. A gap subterfuge. No Luck goes past it. Heritage Watch was next. And at the back of the field is Pianissimo. Off the back they run Opawa O'Grady's got about 4 lengths to spare on a chasing Opawa Minstrel. It's closed up to 3 lengths, but down towards the post. Opawa O'Grady bolts in. Opawa Minstrel, Opawa Rob third. Photo here, Glory Hog, but coming at it very quickly was Heritage Watch. In behind those to Pianissimo. Behind those, the last 2 are going to be No Luck and Subterfuge at the back of the field. He was out very cleanly, Opawa Grady, and it was a procession after that. Once it made its way to the front, they were chasing, and they were chasing a shadow. Pretty much like a couple of races ago. Starting inside 3. We're set, racing. Out in a pretty good line too. No Style is going to make the front early. Plutonium follows wide about. Opawa Smoke gets up on the outside. Paddy the Baker gets a bit closer. Right behind those then along the fence. No Tinkerbell. Opawa Gavin back on the inside. Now goes past it. And the last two are Opawa JJ and his nibs. They run down the back and No Style's got a commanding lead. He's about 4 lengths in front. Opawa Smoke gives chase. Back behind those Plutonium. Trying to run on is No Tinkerbell, but they swing the bend and No Style put the ring around it. No Style will beat in photos. I think Opawa Gavin might have nailed Opawa Smoke. Back behind those, the next to go by is Plutonium. Out wide on the track was No Tinkerbell. Back behind those then to Opawa JJ Paddy the Baker. He dropped right away and his nibs is the last one to go by. Pretty much like the previous. Once you clear the lids like that, it's the end of the race. And No Style just led them a merry chase, had about 3 or 4 lengths to spare the entire trip, and it gapped them by a little bit more on the run home. Round comes the lower. Gingerless paws the ground, racing out like a rocket. Gingerless hits the fronter, coming after it out wider on the track. Then is a power knocker, goes straight up and hits the front, and Gingerless got bowled wide, goes back to third, now second. No Laughing is with it. In behind those then to Ray Win. In behind those Opawa Tracy, Sailor's Colour the outside, then came Opawa Born, and back last is Moon and Sea. Across the top they come here. Opawa Knocker's got a decent gap on them here. Turns for home 4 in front. It's game over. Opawa Knocker's going to beat No Laughing, who took ground off it. Then came Gingerless and Opawa Tracy. Big gap to the rest. Raywin, Opawa Born, Sailor's Collar and Moon and Sea was last throughout. The speed just after the lids went up from Opawa Knocker was enough to take the lead of Gingerless. He got a bit of slipstream going into the first turn. Got bumped wide on the track. And from then on, it was mission impossible for the 1 and 2s because Opawa Knocker was just going too strongly up front. No Laughing has taken a bit of ground off it late in the race, but far too late. Round the turn he comes. Racing. Out best is Petty's Pick. Trying to drive up on the inside. Opawa Jermaine wider out to Black Sails. Gets to third. Just in behind. They all go wide, those three. In behind those then is No Energy. Picked up leeway on the inside. Back behind those to Deborah Bay. A bit of a space back to the next. They are Opawa Cassidy, Gold Star Archie. And out the back door is Opawa Paula. Making the front is Opawa Jermaine. Has 4 to spare on the chasing bunch, who include Petty's Pick and Black Sails. Game over. Opawa Jermaine bolts in. Will beat Petty's Pick. The outside Black Sails. Home next Opawa Cassidy. Just on the inside then was Opawa Paul, who picked up ground. Behind those two Deborah Bay. Back beside those, No Energy was towards the back of the field as well. But no worries here. Had a bit of a battle for the front early on between the 3 and the 4 who were giving Opawa Jermaine a bit of a curry up. Once the big wide spaces off the back straight appeared, Opawa Jermaine hit the front and just runs away. Midnight Action the inside. Nearly there. Racing. Out okay was Midnight Action. Strugglers Real. Devil Skin the outside of those. Adrenalin Kick makes the lead. Back behind them Devil Skin got knocked over. So did Nobro. Went back to join it. Back last She's Keen and Scary Canary. On the turn Adrenalin Kick has the lead. Out wide Strugglers Real through on the inside. Midnight. Ooh, don't know. Midnight Action flew. Right there Strugglers Real. And then we've got Adrenaline Kick who wanted to fight with Apollo King. Back behind those, there's a bit of a gap away to Devil's Skin. Back with Devil's Skin. She's King was back there, so was Scary Canary. And No Bro was amongst the tail enders. Boy, did that change late. I think Midnight Action might have won this. Struggle is real. Adrenalin Kick wanted to have a shot at everybody. Out on box one. Set. Racing. He's out like a rocket. Opawa Blair hits the front, puts two on them. Coming after it, another key. Polly Baxter next on the inside. That's a wrap on the outside. Then Lectra Spider. Back in behind those then is it going Pronto Conaloo. And last on the turn is Hyper Paradise. Opawa Blair. Opawa Bear beats another key. Apollo Baxter. Lectra Spider got to fourth. Behind those came Conaloo going Pronto. And the last two, That's a Wrap and Hyper Paradise is last in. The get-go was the key. Out like a scalded dingo. Number 5, Opawa Blair. Took about 3 hops, was a length and a half in front. Game over. 3 wins on the trot. Spot 1, set, racing. She missed it a bit. Joiner Kersey, Homebush Fine flew out. Has a couple to spare over Mark Be Good and Giganeer. Joiner Kersey up near the rail. Another Jamie Monaco Denver. Back behind those then Joey Baxter and iLab at the back. Homeward bound they are here at Homebush Fine. Homebush Fine's got 2 to spare. Homebush Fine beats Giganeer. Joey Baxter's into third, fourth, I don't know. We've got Joiner Kersey the inside. Right there too was Mark Be Good, and Monaco Denver wasn't very far away. Back behind those two, another Jamie and iLab is the last one to go past. Again today, the beginning is the key. Flying out Homebush Fine. Pretty much like a couple of others we've seen. 3 hops, 2 lengths. The turn, set, racing. And the good line here, no answer, maybe the best out, not for long. Power stretch straight on by. Lectra Concord goes forward. No Scholar pokes up on the inside, cuts a couple wide. No Scholar, no answer, got wiped out of the race, and so did No Clown, who's towards the back of the field. Back there with it, Nina Baxter and Botany Kevin. They run down the back. Lectra Concord goes up to Opawa Stretch, who immediately kicks hard on the inside. Got the lead back. Karen's Magic stalks those. Running on is No Scholar. And then behind those then two, No Clown. Good go here. Opawa Stretch. Opawa Stretch gets there from Karen's Magic. Now the minor money, I'm not sure. Lectra Concord was there. Might have been outgunned by No Scholar the inside. No Clown was just behind those. A bit of a break back behind those to Botany Kevin. And Nina Baxter, one of the last ones to go by. Good race here, Opawa Stretch. He got worked over down the back by Lectra Concord, but it didn't matter. He has kicked hard and got home. Trying to come off his tail was Karen's Magic on the inside. It'll be second. No Scholar will get third. Zipping Sunny. Eddie Bear racing. Out best as Jewel Eagle hits the front, coming after it. Wider out as Homebush Buck driving up on the inside. Thoracic right there, No Security. Big bunch into the first turn. Getting shunted wide, Pukeko Bolt. Underneath those, the inside, Zipping Sunny gets to third. Back behind those, then Jewel Eagle's gone back, and Gold Star Junior's back the tail ender. Back with it, What I Like and No Security. Across the top they come. Zipping Sunny and Thoracic, the two leaders. About to join those, Pukeko Bolt comes hard. Zipping Sunny It's Zipping Sunny's day today. Zipping Sunny gets there. Pukeko Bolt. No security. Might have got third from Thoracic the inside. Behind those came Jewel Eagle and Homebush Buck. A little bit further back behind those then to Gold Star Junior. And what I like was one of the back runners to go by. He's got there number 3, Zipping Sunny. He got up underneath. Closing, nearly there, racing. His last out, Storm on Norm. Best out was Homebush Riley. Bad Week kicks up underneath those. Right beside them is Sprinkles on the outside. In behind Sprinkles, then Greet the Judge. Further back behind those, then to Gold Star Rosie and Storm on Norm. He's back at Homebush Riley's right out the back door. Bad Week in front. Here's Opawa Lean Meat. Bad Week, Opawa Lean Meat. Into third goes Greet the Judge in front of Sprinkles. The outside was Gold Star Rosie. Back behind those to Storm and Norm. Verita was always well back, and I think Sprinkles might have been the last one to go by. Bad Week number 1. Gee, the 9 made ground. Power Lean Meat came from the back, whipped around the outside. There was a bit of a clean out on the bend. A few of them got checked, including Storm on Norm, but he wasn't out good enough anyway. Inside 2, set, racing. Another Fortune pinged out at speed, a narrow leader coming after it, Homebush Rufus, and over the outside of those to Human Instinct. Right in behind them then is Tell the Boys, Opawa Opal right there. Oh, once pulled up here, another Fortune, went back to last. Opawa Opal is back there with it. That changes, Homebush Rufus in front. Homebush Rufus, Tell the Boys, Replay got to third. Then came Grand Apache. In behind that, Opawa Opal. Next across would have been Homebush Page. Another Fortune, and it was at the back here. Not sure, but Homebush Rufus has won this. He took a bit of a stumble as he was going for the lure as well. Another Fortune was right there, but right there, what happened there? Not sure. Left Rufus on top here in the 7th. Crusade the inside. Set, racing. Opawa Crusade out well. Opawa Idol missed it by 4 lengths. It's Opawa Crusade Air Express on the outside. Homebush here all right with those lots of beersies. Behind those came Carboodle, Royal Action back behind him. Colby Godfather. Homeward bound Opawa Crusade. Air Express having a dive. Opawa Crusade Air Express. Homebush Errol, 4th over, lots of beersies. Behind those, the next to go by is Royal Action towards the back of the field. Back there with an Opawa Idol, Carboodle, and beside that to Colby Godfather. Action from the inside, 3 missed it badly, Opawa Idol. And the 1-2s, they had a scrap the whole way. Camped on those was Homebush Errol. It's Opawa Crusade and Air Express.